Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, and happy Friday. It's a Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, and it's weekend. So, if it is 6 o'clock in the morning when you're watching this, then you know what that means. That means it is Motivational Mornings with me and Deb C. Bloop, bloop. Okay, so let me address the elephant in the room. I will be wearing a headband until I get my hair done because it's covering right here where it's gray and it looks like I don't have any hair here because it's gray. So that's why we're gonna be just wearing that. Okay, so let's get right into it with the motivational morning quote of the day. It's from Edwin Elliott. It is, by being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. And listen, only you are you, and only you can offer what you can offer. So just be yourself. Listen, I know there are many people who probably want me to act differently or be different from how I am, be different from how I am, and not be so much or not be too much. But that's just me. I mean, if I wasn't myself, then who knows? There might be someone out there who, looks forward to me being goofy. I know, listen, the one lady I work with, Tama, who I know is a new subscriber to my channel, I know that I bring to our morning huddles from 10 o'clock to 10:20. I might not be one of those people who is like always asking questions about work or always contributing something about work. I mean, work related, but I always try to bring a positive attitude or something funny. It's like a funny story, or just I might act goofy. Listen, it gives you some laughter. It gives you a smile, and I feel like that is why I'm here. I feel like I'm here on this planet to make people smile and to maybe make people forget about a problem or a trouble that they're having, just to put a little laughter in their lives. So that's why I continue to do this channel, make videos for this channel. Am I ever gonna have 1,000 viewers? No. Do I care? No. Am I ever gonna make money off of this channel? No, but that's not why I did it. I started it because of friends, and I continue to do it because I enjoy just getting out here and talking to people and maybe putting a smile on their face or making them laugh or making them feel less lonely. That's what I love. And I feel like by me being myself, I contribute maybe one little part of wonderful every day. So there we go. So always be yourself, because what you offer to the world is something that if you didn't offer it, it might not be there. It wouldn't be there, and that would be sad. So let's see. In pop culture history, in 1937, Spam was introduced. Spam was called the meat of many. Oh wait. I wrote down the meat of many users. It's the meat of many uses. Okay. Also in 1989, Seinfeld premiered. Seinfeld, it's, my number one favorite show of all time is The Office. At number 2 is Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. I can watch Seinfeld every day and still laugh and still find something. That's two things that The Office and Seinfeld have in common. Number one, I can watch the same episode of The Office or Seinfeld, and I will still laugh hysterically like it's the first time I saw it. And number two, I can always find something on either one of those shows that relates to something in my everyday life. Every day, hands down. But I thought rather than doing the odd or weird facts of the day, I thought I could do 3 facts about Seinfeld. Okay, so Kramer's last name, Cosmo Kramer on the show. So we know his last name is Kramer, but in the pilot episode, his last name was not Kramer. His last name was Kressler. And that's because the person who is the real Kramer, like who Kramer was based on, his name is Kenny Kramer. And he was a little hesitant about his name, the name of Kramer being used. So that's why in the pilot, Kramer was not Kramer. Kramer was Kressler. Number 2, the real George Costanza, or the guy who thought he was the inspiration for George Costanza, actually sued both of the creators, which is Jerry Seinfeld and the hilarious, legendary Larry David, and also NBC for $100 million. His name is Michael. What was his name? Michael Costanza. He was a friend of Jerry Seinfeld's. He claimed that by having this character, George Costanza, that they had violated his privacy. He sued them for $100 million. He was saying that a lot of the characters' traits and characteristics and life, experiences on the show mirrored his life exactly. And he lost, though. Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, and NBC won. And Seinfeld said that the character was not based on Michael Costanza. It was based on Larry David. So there we go. And speaking of Larry David was actually the voice of George Steinbrenner. Like, you would only see Steinbrenner as the back of his head. It's because it was Larry David who was doing the voice. And number 3, Jerry Seinfeld, for the 10th season, Jerry Seinfeld was offered a lot of money, and he turned every offer down, including a final offer for $110 million for the 10th season. But they walked away from that. Also, listen, I'm not going to stop at 3. We all love Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Elaine. I cannot picture anybody else as Elaine. However, Larry David was friends with a young comedian that he kind of wanted to try out or audition for the part of Elaine. And that was, anybody? Rosie O'Donnell. I couldn't see that. I don't think that would have worked. So that's 3 facts about Seinfeld. Love it. Love that show. I could watch it any day of the week, and I never get tired of it. Okay, for celebrity birthdays, we have 2 birthdays. These are the only ones I could find. Born in 1950, Huey Lewis from Huey Lewis in the News. He is 74 years old. And he has Meniere's disease. And in 2018, he actually lost his hearing. I don't know if it's in both ears or just one ear, but it was because of Meniere's disease. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And also born in 1963, Edie Falco, she's 64. Listen, y'all might know her from Nurse something. Was it Nurse Betty? I know there was a nurse in it. But she will always be Carmela Soprano from The Sopranos. Yeah, always. She was in a relationship she had an affair with Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci left his wife and kids, and then had the affair, and then left her, and then went back to the wife and kids. And listen, on another totally separate, there is something about Stanley Tucci for some reason that I find attractive, somewhat sexy. I don't know what it is. I know, right? I think what got me was when he did that show, Finding Italy. I think it was called Finding Italy. It was on CNN. It was where he toured Italy. He took a culinary tour of Italy, and it was so good. And I can't believe it was canceled after 2 seasons. I loved it. But he would take a culinary tour of Italy. He would go to cities. He would eat what's their, what dish they're known for. And he would talk about the history. I'm not a big history fan. However, I loved it. And I don't know. I think that was it. That I was like, oh. In the comments, listen, tell me who your like what was I gonna say? Unrequited. Your unconventional crush is. I'm gonna say Stanley Tucci. I don't know. Something about him. So listen, with that being said, my stomach is kind of feeling a little upset. I'm filming this on 4th of July, so happy 4th. My stomach is feeling a little upset. We had breaded and fried zucchini. My stomach, it's sitting on my stomach a little. So I hope tomorrow morning when you see this, I hope I'm feeling better. So, okay, with that being said, listen, video's getting kind of long. That being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. Please take care of one another. Number 1, please be aware of your surroundings. Number 2, please stay safe. I love you guys. I feel like I'm going to be sick, so I'm going to get going. Love you guys. Bye, guys.